Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, we are a minimalist family of 7 and we are doing life on a budget, making small changes to live a big life with less. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about my own weight loss journey. And I actually filmed a video about 3 years ago about how I initially lost all my weight. As you will see from the video that I'm pretty much the same size then as I am now, but it was just everything that I said then still rings true. So if you are on a weight loss journey of your own and you'd like some inspiration, or if you've got any questions about how I did it, please stay tuned and I hope you enjoy this video. Hi guys, so both on my Instagram and on a few of my previous vlogs, I've had a few questions about what made me go to vegan and why did we change our lifestyle and things like that. So I thought I would just do a quick vlog for you about our vegan journey and why we started eating that way. This may come as a surprise to you because you didn't know me previously, but I have not always looked like this. When I was probably 21, I was really overweight, and not only was I overweight, but I was really unhealthy and unhappy. I was not feeling good, and to me that is more of the issue than being overweight. Like, I think that people can be a certain weight and feel fit and healthy and happy, then that is the perfect weight for them, regardless of what the scales say. But for me, I was really overweight, and I will post some pictures for you of what I used to look like, just so you know that I'm telling you the truth, and that this way of life, if weight loss is one of your goals, that this way of life can help you lose weight to feel the best that you can be. I have a condition called sphincter body dysfunction, and that came about because I had a cholecystectomy to remove my gallbladder, and there was damage to my biliary duct from gallstones being stuck in the duct. So I have had, I think, 9 operations. I've had stents put in, stents taken out, ERCPs. I've had it all, and unfortunately none of it was really successful. It certainly didn't take away the pain, and so that is basically where certainly my weight loss journey started. If you have experienced gallbladder pain or cholecystic pain, you will know that the first recommendation is usually to remove fatty foods from your diet. So that is where I guess my vegan journey started, because I was a vegetarian for a lot of years. I would still have a very small amount of low-fat dairy. I did that for probably about 5 years. I did lose a lot of weight. Obviously, my pregnancies were quite difficult given the condition that I have and the stress that's put on your liver and pancreas just in normal pregnancy. Basically, that's where my vegetarian journey started. And then a couple of years ago, I guess we were made aware of stuff that we just didn't know what was going on. I'd never really thought about where meat and dairy come from, and I certainly wasn't aware of the health impacts that it has. I saw some really interesting documentaries, and if you are interested in finding out more information, I would highly recommend Forks Over Knives. It just talks about the impact on our health that high amounts of meat and dairy have. And also Vegucated is another one that's quite light to watch. Earthlings and Cowspiracy are fantastic documentaries, and they really are the Pandora's box. So once you see them, you can't unsee them. If you are really interested in the impact that factory farming and just meat and dairy consumption actually have on our environment, they are fantastic documentaries, and I would highly recommend them to anyone who's interested in them. Earthlings is quite graphic, so actually both Earthlings and Cowspiracy have graphic components, and so certainly not suitable for young children. Definitely once you see them, you can't unsee them. So that's where I guess the final step for myself and my husband came. My husband, after we got married, he had put on a bit of weight. We had some quite stressful years and we had a lot of change, and then he saw a photo of himself and wanted to change, and so his eating was very closely aligned to mine before we became vegan. So he was already primarily vegetarian, and then when we switched to vegan, we did it as a family. So my youngest daughter, we have been a vegan her entire life. So the way I feel I'm vegan is better than after any surgery, after any concoction of drugs I've ever had. And I don't worry about calories. If the food is from the earth, I eat it. So I don't worry too much about, I feed my body what I feel like, and I don't worry about calories. It's how I feel my best. For me, it's just been fantastic, and I did not think that cutting out the small amount of dairy that I was having would make such a huge difference, but it does. And if I occasionally have something with dairy, either by accident or on a whim, I feel terrible after I have it. So I'm just not inclined to do it anymore. It's been the most positive change that we have had. If you're interested, one of the best books that I read when I first became a vegan was by Alicia Silverstone, and it's called The Kind Diet. It walks you through every step from going full-on meat eater, junk food eater, to being an absolute vegan superstar, and everything that comes in between. You know, I think that there is a bad rap for vegans out there, that we don't care about people and we're trying to make other people feel bad and all of those things, and that is seriously not what I want to do, or any of the other vegans I know. I know that there are ones that are really pushing, and they do exist, but for us, it's about anything you want to do that's going to make you feel better and help the environment and help the animals. Every time you make that decision, it's a win. So whether that is a meat-free Monday, or a reducing the amount of meat you eat, or reducing the amount of dairy you eat, switching to a milk alternative, that every time you make that decision, it's a three-way win. It's a win for the animals, a win for the environment, and a win for you. You don't have to change overnight. You don't have to change everything ever, but every change that you make that makes you feel better is awesome. And I'm still on a journey. I feel like there are still things that we could be doing better, and there's things that I would like to have less of, less processed food, less bread, that sort of thing. And that's my journey. I don't expect to change it tomorrow. Even when we were first vegans, I would absolutely loved soft drink. I would have way too much, and you know what, over the time it just naturally came that I didn't want it anymore, that it became unappealing to me. As I cut out the sugar and the processed food and the dairy, I didn't want it anymore. And so did that start when I first became a vegan? Hell no. It didn't even start a year in. It was just part of that journey. And so wherever you are on that journey, whether it be that you're a vegetarian and you're thinking about going vegan, or you're a full meat eater wanting to change your diet to help you feel better, just my suggestion is start by changing one thing at a time. We're all on a journey. It's not about getting it right, and everyone has a different opinion on what's right. For me and my family, this is what is making us feel the best. Whatever that is for you, I just want to encourage you. You can do it. You're beautiful how you are. You know, I don't look back at those photos and think that that's a disgusting person. I look back at those photos and feel sad that I didn't make these changes sooner, so I felt better. Obviously, now I'm still not perfect because I have this condition, but it's certainly immeasurably better than what it was, and I am on no prescription painkillers, which in itself is a miracle. The fact that I had 2 babies naturally is a miracle. The fact that my liver function is the best that it's been on no medication is, I think, the testimony to that this diet, it works for me. I don't feel like anyone has to strive for perfection. You don't have to be perfect. There's no vegan police that'll come knocking on your door because you had a piece of cheese. You can just love what you eat what you love, and make the best decisions for your body. There's no judgment. There's no, wherever you are on that journey is absolutely fine. I hope that maybe this video has encouraged you. If you have any questions, if you want to see what we eat, what we feed our kids, one of the common questions is, where do we get our protein? We get that from plants, and it's more than enough. I've just got a blood test recently. I have no problems with iron or anything like that. So all of my tests were fantastic. If you are thinking of going vegan, the only recommended supplement that I would have is to find some B12, because that's just one of the recommendations from all doctors about going onto a vegan diet. But I've breastfed 2 babies, extended breastfed 2 babies, and been pregnant and never had any problems, aside from the ones that I already had, from the vegan diet. I understand that this may not work for everybody, but maybe it's just a transition process for you, and I just want to encourage you, what you're doing today is great. And one of the things that helped me and my husband, particularly when we were losing weight in those early days, was instead of thinking about things as I can't have this and I can't have that, think about having them as eat more. So today I'm going to eat more vegetables. I'm going to eat more fruit and vegetables. And don't worry about what you can't have. Like, keep eating it, because I can guarantee you when you start eating more of the good stuff, there'll be less room for the stuff that you don't want to eat anymore. And the same for drinking. Today I'm going to get up and I'm going to drink more water. And if you're drinking more water, there's less room for those other things that you want to try and get rid of. The mindset really helped me to not feel like I was missing out as such, but you know, that these are the things I want to fill my body with, and they're what make me happy. So wherever you are in your journey, if you've got videos or comments, I'd love to hear them, because I just want to encourage you wherever you are. And if you've been a vegan for 10 years and some days it's hard, that's fine. You're doing great. So please feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time.